This is a high quality film, right?
I like you, I'm for all of y'all. All that juice, what is new? I need water, dollar.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Lexi D, and I'm back again with another video. Today I am in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am here with Clew. What's up? How are you?
What's going on?
Alright, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who is Clew? What do you do? Where you're from? All that.
Clew.
I think we know that.
I'm 23. I'm from Atlanta. I'm just a
starving artist.
Starving artist.
Just
out here
kidding.
trying to make it. Nah, I'm the next big thing. I'm the next megastar. I feel like we're needed for another one. So ultimately, I feel like that's where we're going. So yeah, that's what's going on.
I love the confidence, by the way. You
gotta
speak it into existence, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna go back to this interview.
Alright, so let's talk about your beginnings, your humble beginnings, your childhood.
Yeah.
I know you said you come from a musical family.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up? Like, how was it in your household?
Very musical. It's very from the moment I can remember, just doing things. Just it was always music. It was always songs, always singing. My dad's side of the family, very musical, very instrumental, just nothing but musicians and singers. And always in the church and stuff like that. So just always seeing a different side. And my dad was an artist himself, so it was just very from jump, just always very, very hands-on. And my mom was a dancer as well, so she just kind of ignited the performer aspect.
That musical, artistic vibe has always been
always
in you since the womb.
Yeah,
basically.
In the womb, definitely.
In the womb. So, when did you know it was rapping specifically that you wanted to do? Like just being a rapper, an artist, I should say.
Well,
you don't just rap.
I think it was just a change. But definitely around like 13, 14, like that's when my dad like showed me how to do Pro Tools, and I was running my own sessions and everything from the moment he taught me how to do it.
So you produce your own music?
Yeah, well, not all of it,
but
when I was starting, that was what I had. I wasn't searching for the tight beats yet on on YouTube at 13, 14.
You so look up a J. Cole type beat.
Yeah, so we didn't have that back then. So it was really, my dad showed me the software was Reason that I actually first started making my beats on, and he had like an MPC, so he was just showing me how to do that and everything. So it was just just watching him from a kid, just like seeing him on the beat pad the whole time. So it was just like when I created my first beat and everything, it was just like very, very cool for me. So my first song was called Like Me. I was like, it was very R&B, like
I want to know how that sounds like.
Yeah, only like
totally
3 people got those.
Right?
Yeah, definitely only like 3 people I know got those tucked in the archives, like, or know.
We gonna find it.
It was I actually put it on MySpace, like when it came out. So yeah,
we know what we doing.
If you can find it, let me know, cause I need to take it out.
So you would say your family was really accepting, basically, of the career path that you wanted to take? Was it difficult for you, even though they were pretty artistic?
I think they were accepting of me being a performer. My dad, of course, like very, accepting. My mom was always, kind of like on the fence, because my dad did it or whatever. But I think every parent has their idea of what they want for their kids or whatever. And I don't know if it was, a rapper. I doubt it. She thought about it was gonna be a rapper, but I think all the time, the whole time as I was growing up, they knew it was gonna come. Like, I've just been a performer my entire life, as a kid, doing talent shows, always just wanting to be in the limelight. That's just, who I am. And it's just by nature.
Yeah. So, I know you said you started off producing, right?
No.
No?
I actually just picked it up because I didn't have anything else. I was like, okay.
So it's just something that you learned.
Yeah. So I really just started off.
That's different.
Yeah, it just was. I had the desire. I'm a writer at heart. Like, that's what it is. Like, I would write poetry and stuff as a kid. Like one of my childhood friends, Darius, his mom, Miss Darlene, was actually the one that like brought out that kind of poetic bug in me, and she was like, you should really start, because she used to write. And so when I would go over there, she was like, check out your poems, or what you writing today, or whatever, what you doing. She was like language arts teacher.
She was pushing that.
Yeah, she was just pushing it.
Bug.
Yeah, and so it was like, I always had that desire to like write, and then but it wasn't until like 13, 14 where I got like that bug. I was like, okay, let me try to put this to music, or let me just try to do it, because it was always intimidating to be like a singer or rapper. But like all of my role models and stuff, once the whole sports thing went out of my head, like when I figured, I was like, yeah, I'm not really about to do this for real. It's like all of my role models were the people that I looked up to are all entertainers.
So you started off singing, right?
Yeah.
So what made you want to transition? You said somewhat.
Somewhat. Or what I thought was singing. Yeah.
What were you doing? Humming?
Nah, I mean, I was singing, but
Doing the Kid Cudi?
From a young age.
So you started off singing. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Singing.
I still sing.
So you still sing.
Yeah.
So why did you make the transition from singing to rapping?
I just like it.
You like
I
it
liked
better?
it. Yeah, I liked it better. I liked the edge. Like, I really used to be on some like really rapidy rap, like barring niggas up. Like I got it lined up, like really on that. Like if you go back
you
to
into
like
battle rapping?
not even, just like I just like punchlines. I like saying crafty stuff, because like I was coming up and when that was the thing, you know what I'm saying? That's when I like started making music. We wasn't really on the whole swag shit now, like how we are now, where everybody's kind of like, it's not about what you're saying, it's how you saying it now. But it's like, at that time, I really focused on like, okay, I gotta say the craziest line. Oh, this triple, quadruple entendre, they
got it all.
Yeah, and so like that was just exciting to me to like see people like, okay, like you going crazy. Like I like the speed of it. I like the the pace. And then but as I like grew into the artistry, I stopped trying to separate it or just be a rapper and just use all the talents I have. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reason why I don't. Why I can't sing and rap. Like I have the ability to, so I'm just do it. So yeah, but yeah, definitely around that. I guess I maybe say like 15, 16, where I was like, it's like, let me try rapping more, because let's cut down on it. We'll come back to it.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Right now we're gonna focus on rapping.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into your EP. So Godspeed, tell me a little bit about that. Like it was like more of a period of you discovering yourself. Right?
Yeah. So this Godspeed was last year, and it was a process tape. Like it really was has a lot of different meanings. It's a lot of tracks on there, and it's for good reason, because it was in a process where I was just trying to figure out my sound and what I really wanted to be. Like I had just I had been in Atlanta. I moved back from Atlanta from living in Jersey for a couple of years, and it was like a time period. It was like, okay, I just got in a new studio, and like it was like the home base. Like everything just clicked. Me and my manager Brian, like we were just there. Like he had asked me to come to the studio one day. And after that day, he never stopped. He was like literally, like for the last 2 years, like, hey, come to the studio, like, let's do it, let's come to the studio.
Yeah,
we did, like, and so it was just,
but that's
it was
good
cool,
that you're
It was really dope, because it was just like I was able to be completely free, and it was a time period where I was just honing in. So it was just a lot of songs on there, just going through, and I had a lot of stories inside that I felt like I needed to tell. And so it was just a very experimental, we got down to like, 13, 14 tracks, but I had made like, maybe like 45, 50, in the process, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool when we finally got there, but Godspeed was I guess a play on, just trusting the process of, whatever is for me is going to be for me. You know what I'm saying? And I can't rush it. It's on God's speed. It's on his time. Like, I can't do it. So I can do whatever I want, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately,
it's his
decision. Like, it's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's also just trusting myself, trusting what I have, and trusting my abilities. It also like the cover of it is me and Rocky, my girlfriend, and it's it's a love story too. It's just like we've known each other since kids, since 13, 14, but it's like it's till right now where it's like okay now we're here in our place. You know what I'm saying? Now we are here, arrived. We're now going forward, into this place. So there's songs on there that she's produced and everything, which also just created that bond.
Which I find very, very interesting how you incorporated your girlfriend into the actual project.
Yeah, yes.
As a producer, I didn't even know that until like I looked over the soundtrack and I saw produced by and I was like, whoa, like he actually put her on the project.
Yeah, like I had to, because it was just I just wanted to be known. I feel like even women producers, they don't get enough shine either.
Women in the industry, period.
Period, you're exactly right. Like it's just so I feel like I want to increase the visibility at any time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any chance that I can.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Moment, like opportunity to have.
Yeah, like I just want to do it because they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many talented women doing everything. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want to help. You know what I'm saying? And this, it's my girl, so it's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to see her win, just like, we win together. So, and I feel like the dynamic of, having a couple, that are making power moves is always just good. Having, a solid foundation, with you and, behind you. So it's cool.
Well, you out here doing it, man. Okay, so let's transition on to this year. So this year you recently released your project, The Rest of Your Days.
Yeah.
And off of that project came the viral hit sensation, First Whip. Can you tell us a little bit about First Whip, how it got to where it is now?
I recorded First Whip in November of 2017, and it originally had a different beat completely. Like I recorded it just had like the chorus. I had no verses or anything on it. And then like I ultimately found a different beat. And from the moment we recorded it, or I recorded it, it was just like we knew it was gonna be that one that just like kind of just took off, like because it just has that right essence. It has that complete just like organic just feel. It's about my love life, but it also just has that organic nostalgic feel of just like things that people can relate to. Nothing in the video was fabricated except for the dream sequence, but it was just like it. But I feel everything in it was true. It was just pure, and I feel like you can feel it. And I ultimately that's what I want in my music anyway. Like it's very rare in my music where I'm just creating a story outside of the blue. You know what I'm saying? Like I know sometimes I have to, because it's just like if I don't, I'll just run out of that creative brain. But like I
try to keep it.
Yeah, I try to keep it as relatable and authentic as possible. It pulls from something, even if it's like just a little small, and then I create the story of it. But it's coming from something. It's rooted in something. So I feel like that's why everybody likes it, and I hope it continues to grow. Like I don't see why it wouldn't. So, yeah.
Then like I know like off camera we were having a conversation about how your girlfriend received it, because like people on Twitter were going crazy.
Yeah,
it's not, you don't see a lot of I won't say like thicker women.
Yeah, like it just turned.
Naturally as believable.
Yeah, it was so crazy, like because it just turned more into Meraki, and it was cool because it was like here again, it was just if I'm the one that creates that platform to have that discussion about women in the industry, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Like because ultimately we are pushing something that is going to be beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Something that we need to see. There is too many fabricated, false, images of what we think beauty is. It's a lot, like you know what I'm saying, and that's a lot of pressure.
And it's not what I'm saying?
When it's just like, okay.
So it's like it was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, like to see it, because it's just like, okay, this is my real life. You know what I'm saying? Right. I make real music. This is my real life. Right.
So let's talk about your sound a little bit. So you're an Atlanta rapper, and what are most Atlanta rappers known for? Trap music, right?
Yeah.
But you don't fit in that form. How would you describe your sound? It's like I don't even know how to describe it.
I make music. Whenever I make music, it's funny. I'm always thinking, how is this gonna sound when I'm driving at night? Approach it because that's when I like driving. I love driving at night because that's when my mind is clear. That's when I can think about everything. It's like sometimes I don't even listen to music. I just am in the car and I'm just alone with my own thoughts. So it's just like my favorite songs is I'm very like over the top and dramatic. So everything is cinematic to me. Like how is this gonna feel like when people put this on? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always just like how is this gonna sound at night? Like how is this? It's a vibe that I just love. Like I like the super fun like moving and shit, but it's like I really love darker, moody music. You know what I'm saying? Like 808s and Heartbreak is my favorite album of all time. And ultimately I would love to pick up where that started. I mean, pick up where that left off. You know what I'm saying? That is, I feel, the album that shaped my sound too, because it's just so like, I feel like it changed the course of how music sounded too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that album made me want to be sad, and I wasn't even going through shit. I was in the 8th grade. I had a girlfriend. And it was like, damn, I just want to be sad. Yeah, I just want to be sad. Like
sad in the dark.
Yeah, like
about nothing.
Yeah, like I don't have nothing to worry about. But like I just want to be sad right now. Like let me just get this out.
You just want to feel it.
Yeah, and so like that's what it really like boils down to. It's like I want people to feel something, regardless. Like just if I can make what's that Drake line? I told my story and made his story. Like it's just. Like I want to create that. If I can bring you into my life and make it relate to yours, and you feel that, like if you are going through something in your life and you turn my shit on and that just made you feel better or made you sadder, like
or helped you
feel something. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Make it feel something, like, and that's all I want.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
You just want to help.
Yeah, just want
people
feel something, like you know what I'm saying? Because that's how you create the connections. That's how people are, can listen to your stuff and like, damn, I remember that point in my life. Yeah. Like when this came out, I was going through such and such. Like, when Take Care came out, I still to this day know exactly what my life was like at that point. Like,
and music will
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
music will like mark very essential parts of your life.
It really will. Like
as soon as it comes on, you start.
It's a period. Like damn, like I remember it. So it's like I just want to create that. Like I don't want to have that essence of just timeless music. Like a lot of people, I know they want to make music for right now, and that's cool. Like you know what I'm saying? That's not my goal. Yeah. I'm trying to be here in the next life.
Forever.
Like you know what I'm saying? Forever.
And like Cardi B voice.
Ever.
Forever.
For real.
All right. So we had a conversation about parents and their influences on their children, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your position on how parents want their children to be a specific way, but the child wants to do their own thing and wants to be their own person? What is that? What are your views on that?
I think that I think that people, a lot of parents, sometimes they forget that they are not clones, like their children are not clones of them, and they don't realize that they really can't pop out and just be separate people. Like I said, everybody has that idea of what they want for their kids. I can want my kids to do music or be something creative, but if that's not what they come out and want to do, I can't fault them for that. It's just like it really is okay. Like it's like all right,
like, oh, you have to do music.
Yeah, like because nothing.
Like it or not.
Yeah, there's no set agenda. There's no set plan for any of this stuff,
right,
other than doing what makes you happy.
Right.
Period. Like it stops there. Like
right.
If this is not making you happy, if this is not bringing you the most joy, stop. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you, even as a result, to having certain jobs or like being in these places, like I have a 9 to 5 right now, but it's just like I know I have another goal. So it's like as long as you're working to something else, working towards pushing your ultimate dreams and making those come to life, then you can't do no wrong. And I think parents just have to like be okay with that. Like I think it's just all change. Like things are just changing in life in general. Like, you know, people are coming out of college and not getting jobs, and you know, and they have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? They did what society told them to do, or their parents told them to do, and now they out and they don't have anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there are people that get jobs, but it's like more power to them. Like I never downplay people that, you know, took the college route and go to college, because it takes a lot of discipline, and you know, it's very respectable. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people listen to the wrong voices, and so many people they get wrapped up in what society wants them to be, rather than what they want to be.
Trying to follow the American dream.
Till they get out into the real world, and then they're like, well, damn, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Who am I?
What was that thing, that phrase you said about the grave? You said something.
Oh yeah, like it's just, you know, at the end of the day, I'm the only person that's gonna be in my grave. So if I live my whole life, you know, worrying about what this person told me he was gonna, you know, what was right, what was wrong, it's like, damn, I'm 55, I'm 60 years old, and I didn't follow none of my dreams because I listened to somebody that's dead now.
There you have it, folks. Creatives are very hard on themselves when it comes to their work.
Definitely.
This is something that I stress a lot. I know I've gone through it, I know you've gone through it. So, how did you remain focused during those periods you were having dark thoughts, whatever was going on in your life that was making you think negatively and thinking that you would never get out of that situation?
Honestly, like, I cannot stress it enough how the importance of having like a inner spirituality helps. Like, if you really want to have any type of luck when like life is just kicking your ass, like you have to have that inner, like that centeredness inside to like hold you down when you're looking around and nobody's around, you know. It's because ultimately you only have yourself, you know. And when I got to those places, it was just times where it's just like you just literally have to pray. You have to pray and have the faith that something better is on the other side of this. Like, you know, like in the summer, like it was just very, very like dark time for me. I was just battling with so many thoughts. Why am I here? What's my purpose? Am I even supposed to be making music? Why is this not working? And then I'm like, also, bro, it's like, nigga, you 23, like.
Still got a long way to go.
It's alright, like you'll be okay.
You'll
like,
figure it out.
But it's like social media wants people to think that we're supposed to have this now. Like, you need this.
Because everyone's always showing the good side.
Yeah,
they
like,
never showed the work to get to where they got, or what they did to get to where they
exactly,
got.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's like that's not the case. Like, be okay with the journey. Be okay with the process of it. You know what I'm saying? And realize it's like you have time. As long as you're moving towards what you want, you're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't be so down on yourself. And as creatives, it's hard because we think about it and we're like, you know, we can put out all of our real life emotions, real things that we're going through, and then we get on Instagram and we put it out and that shit gets 7 likes, and we like,
and we're just like, damn. What did I do?
Like, what is this good? Is this bad? Like, I don't know. Like, should I go back to the drawing board? Should I go and do some other shit that's working? That's not me. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not what you need to do. Like, you have to sit in what you have and grow that sound organically. Grow whatever you're working on organically, and know that you are mastering it rather than deserting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be trash, you know what I'm saying? But if you work on it, it can get better, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want the crop in a day when it's like,
takes a while.
Takes a while for that to grow. You put that seed in, and all right, you sit there.
Everyone's trying to rush.
It's not going to grow as you looking at it. Like, you literally have to watch. Even when it does grow, it's a little bit, and then it grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want this tree, and it's like, we ain't even planted the seeds there. You have to plant the seeds. But it's like social media making it look, oh yeah, I can do this, but you're not doing nothing. You have to really do it. Yeah, it just shows you the tree. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to do what it takes to get the treat.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's like when you want to be so hard on yourself, you just gotta relax and just know that as long as your feet are moving forward, then you always are gonna be in the right. Like things will pass. Like I feel like we go through things in general because we're supposed to be strong for something that's coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There are things that happen, you know, in this past year. This has been one of the craziest like years mentally for me because I'm just thinking about things and undoing so many fears about myself that I've had for so long, you know what I'm saying? That's just like, it's not that deep, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just break out of that shell and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't have to be as difficult as we try to make it. As long as we're on the path that we're supposed to be, then you gonna move.
You gonna be alright. Just keep at it, man.
That's what Kendrick said.
We gonna be alright.
That's what he said.
We gonna be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? Okay, let me stop.
Hey.
Alright. So, I know you said you didn't really know what you would tell your younger self, but from the lessons you have learned till your age now, what would you tell your younger self in regards to your music? I know I hit you with that one, huh?
Take piano lessons right now.
Bruh.
Take piano lessons right now. I know you want to play the drums. Take piano lessons right now. Take guitar lessons right now. Because now I'm sitting in this, I'm like, damn, I wish I would have learned the piano. And I want to learn more. But, and that's definitely on my goal list for like next year to like pick up an instrument. Because it's just going to make things so much like simpler, you know. But, yeah, and be patient. You about to be fine. Like, you just know.
Gonna be alright.
You're going to be alright. Like, it's okay, like, that you're not a teen hit sensation. Like, it's alright. Like, you know, hey,
I'm dead.
We have real life goals. This ain't something I just picked up last year. A lot of your favorite rappers just started rapping last week. Like, we really been out here making music a long time now. Like, for real. So, yeah, just be patient. Yeah.
2019 is coming.
It is.
What you got in the works?
A lot of visuals, a lot of new music coming. I'm excited for the new music. I've been working on another album. I haven't dropped the name yet, but it's on the way. Just know it's coming, and we're just gonna keep putting content out there. There's a lot of music out there that, you know, I feel is still untouched. So it's about just increasing the fan base and increasing the following, the support, you know, system, getting this good music that I have out to the world, you know, because not enough people have enough clue in their life. So that's
Big
what's going
facts. Speaking nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
Well, any last words you have?
Hey man, love yourself. Be great. Trust your process. It's alright. Yes, all of that. Like don't worry. Everything gonna be good. You look amazing today as well. If you looking at this, if you watching this, you look amazing.
You are a clown, you know that.
Gotta be.
It's shit. With the life we live, this is America. This is America.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for sitting down with me and linking with me while I come out here to visit.
For sure.
Can you let them know what your socials are?
Oh yeah, Twitter, follow me. That's where all my funny shit is. That's King Clew, KINGCLEW. Instagram, follow me at Clew.life, CLEW.LIFE.
I like the robot.
Follow me. Do all of that. Yeah.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Make sure you go listen to The Rest of Your Days. It's available on Apple Music and Spotify too, right? And SoundCloud.
Everything.
Basically all streaming sites.
You ain't got no excuse.
So go run that.
It's
go
everywhere.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your girl Lexi D, and we are out.